Thursday, the 17th of April 2025. Approximately 40. Wow, I think we're just on top of the hour. Yes, on top of the hour, 1600 hours, right here in the United Kingdom. And we live once again on Ak24 Radio, Abrabapa Radio, as well as Ak24 Radio GH with another edition of Bamaso. Well, this is where discerning Ghanaians with discerning thoughts, we come just to deliberate on all possibilities with which we will be co-creators and catalysts in the making of a very beautiful Ghana. Wherever that you find yourself, you have a role to play in making Ghana an amazing place. And for you to be effective, to bring out the very best in you, as we say all the time, we use Ghana as our reference point in whatever that we do. We just want Ghana to progress. So we make sure we let the Ghana within us come to its full expression in and through whatever identity that we may have. Today is Thursday. We call it Reflective Thursday. We come just to reflect deeply on what we know already, some new knowledge that is presenting itself to us, what we've seen, what we've heard, matters happening around us. We delve into these things deeply so we'll get a better, they say, better particulars into the things that we read, we see, we hear, what have you. I sent something to Sam Safo in the morning, and I think he might have been sleeping by then. So when he woke up and he read, he said, "Oh, I love this. And I'm very certain it is something that I even asked him to reflect on some of them today. It will be a very beautiful day for all of us. So Reflective Thursday is all about reflection. Reflection. Many a time we need to be able to subject what we already know to new stimulus test, let's put it that way, so that it can stand the test of time, energy, space, and circumstances. You see, what is the truth remains the truth irrespective of time, energy, space, and circumstances. So if it is truth that cannot stand the test of time, then you can't actually say it is the truth, right? So whatever you know, you subject it to new times, to new circumstances, right? You see, based on your energy level, something may be true today, but it may not be true the next time or another time. That's it, right? So one thing may be true in one space, in another space it may not be true, right? So put what you already know to the test of time, energy, space, and circumstances and see if it can stand. If it stands, oh, so be it. We carry on with it, and that is the purpose of Reflective Thursday. Yes, I could see or I could hear some people posing Dr. Jingo several questions yesterday, tough ones. It's because, hey, the things we have been told in the past, many people are now subjecting them to new levels of knowledge, and it is getting quite interesting as to how people are every now and then waking up to question the many things that they have been told in the past. That is why we are here. So to this effect, I would humbly welcome you once again to Bamaso. And Chaka says, Ronkona di Mudo, Anna di Mopi, and Comau. Baby, I would take be our feed another A24 radio, Abrapa radio, na A24 radio, GH. All the social handles, no, you're at A24 radio, and they ya would that a predator to do soon. A charm say a Good Friday, what I say, yeah, ba. Yeah, but what I do not hear the LC to me, your more my Ghana, a fan into my pefra. And he free some pen, so ya copy me say that you made the baby, you know. Yeah, Baba Junior Ghana home. And Tia Junior Ghana, when you ever drink, say the Abaya, baby, a Junior Bia, not ye to me, Ashe who ye. Now my Ghana, a fan into my pefra. And no entity Abahasi. And he a Hobrasian any dear Quanso. Yeah, say, oh. All the many other identities that you may have. Nemum. They also who say Ghana na Petron ho yapuma sibre ewo dwumadi ya na kire se. Se Ghana ni ho a de aka nyina nso ni ho. Enti se Ghana ni ho na de aka nyina ni ho de ene wo so hwe Ghana yi. All other identities have their roots. Rooted within Ghana, Yankanasa. All other identities are rooted in Ghana. So if say Ghana roots no etitia, all other identities are also no more. Asem nyina eno no. Enti memo akwaba e de abadwumadi yeso. Ebi a wote bia sa wote ani se ekukudam na natena na nasare bedi akon Dr. Ebenezer Mufabwati doc na boko de Uguswa hypnotizing crofo. You know, say Mateo ka acha kakra. I believe all is well with you. Nanankati a mesene papa yonti. Everybody da Samsafo a better joint. America for Prince de Bombardier, Dr. Jingo. Kukudam for a war American Nati Bongo. That's right. Kwabna Mekisadek. Mijidi se onso ohuyo enram teonka tutoto bombs 1 or 2 bi edema Dr. Jingo ni nyina aye pa yen chia Spain for of abodi be ma bene wa France for Kwame wonderful host, always improving. Always improving. I say I know memory loss onu so on paper ni paper asemu asem be fan sa until say we'll be able to ignite the need for change within him. So nothing no we acquire our fast we dealing with memory loss. What I say you over Kwame and you come out then Ghana for of a Jumberima or wahene a champion and your friend say Sam Safo to question with them or what ne champion she Kadachina didn't be diagron between a sip and a glass anything can happen. I may have this opinion today, nothing stops me from having a different opinion tomorrow. In a wake of new knowledge, in a wake of new information, nothing should stop you from changing your view about something, right? That's it. Iti kadachi say and na say ya and na say o ha na say ana wusu yo yanchia Finland for obosonfo mahuso obosonfo ne hands are very full enti antenenka sanity you is it ne hands are very full say abofra na fe ne be wo be bosom miensa enti he has to seriously put his hands on deck and support the woman. So obosonfo kudos, you're doing a good job. We with you in spirit. Why? Remember Munswa every now and then. No atwafa how boy and kakra. Why? And now some say meti abananka. Abananso ye somebody you share. What's it Bible no cry living Bible. Ana it is a living book dia. And you go to live. Let's say I was saying some no cry be ka ho na de omu so kran say you be free. So abna so de no Ever fan sa yako yenim. Yo, na the akanyina nchana akanyina abi ne board chairman nchana akanyina yemfani nyina mbumba ko mfa yembono sebede no ne yantungu ewiase nyina ba bia wo bia wote ani bia no lecture say ene reflective Thursday yaba then I personally reflect on it and that we spoke briefly about choices. Him say I couldn't stay as has been the case lately to go through all these things very well. But I think we need to dive deeply into the subject of choices once again. Na said you know ebusa at what point do we cease to have the joy of choice in our lives? Emrebe na the ability to have choices is easy to be present in our lives. Emrebe ya enti iwi adwumadie no onia bi prompte me o say na more choices ho asemi. The politician who has through corrupt means or foul means paid money to people, spent a whole lot of money in order to get to wherever that he is, ekudru sa position na kakra ode kakra ekudru sa position ho a anya bia ono so has he also gotten a choice as to how oberu kupu ni sika na obi question obusa me no enti maboka twitwidie ana we be se nyame adom metimi akwako nya position bi ewo aban mu metimi akwako DMP through the support that I gave to you, a party that has come into power, I have gotten myself a certain position. And yebia menso nya kodru ho no mu as to how I met me kanu menso mo choice ana so ana say many choice bia obi question obi say am ye no na Uncle Sam Safo ewo ho ide ye be kwa ahoma no so once again na yene Sam emon komo enhase emon komo on this very issue several questions to this effect, but yenhase yema Sam akwaba yenfa komo no hise so nti Sam say wotimenka na why ready dia ene bamasu
I drink so Papa Smiley at the time.
nyame adon boko say ozo ho ye de
Yes, so don't boko.
Good. Na
Wotimenka.
Yetunka na yetunka bibi adam kama why oko special room wa na.
Well, you were two conference rooms, so I alternate.
Enti na wo the effect baby ana na yetu kasa yi na say oko
I had me what the me shot say about beginning,
okay.
The enemy shot say about beginning, but these days me use so wireless, they me for free IT department, and then I'll be using that wireless headset and with that, I think because they are now from an source, said we back said the old try and I don't know me like $10 for Amazon, see, I guess the quality, But them cover free IT here with JBL wireless and see. I guess I speak directly into the speaker and we have a choice, right?
Of course. We
have a choice. I chose to buy a cheaper one and I dealt with the coins to coins. I could have buy the most expensive and probably, have a better experience. But I went the cheaper route and I dealt with coins. So that was a choice I made.
That's right. And, what can you say? No, so obi so can't be clear. Me say, enka eye ohiani ohun. Ono mpo nanka wosenka o wotimi to adepa o. Na odwe hu say. Wa woni bi no.
Ah.
Wo na wo sen ka otimi to ade pa. The reason I ono no e de kasa ne say wo here no yiro ho na boabo sika na timi de to ade pa na it lasts longer for you. Oh. Na wanya abutre na ti said yokoto 10 die yi. Oh. 2 months na asase. Na so akopɛ 10. E die bisa to bia nkokora na edru 12. Oh. 3 months na asase. Na wasa akopɛ 10 na de akoto. Na emom sa oyi de ho. Oh. Na boabo akashia no na atimi to correct man papa bia be 70 100 bia no ko betime do 4 years or na 3 years o. Nti wono de ne philosophy ne say o here ni kura na wosen ka otimi yire no hotade pa o. Wo so tade pa e che e ma no moka intermittently na once sano o so odwen ho say
I'm scrolling through the quote now saying and I'm trying to make a link because this is what it comes down to, right? In a sense to say like me what school now like retail jobs anyway, Name wa high school na me tall sneakers at the time na me tall me tall those sneakers Jordans, Nikes, like $200, $300, and I took care of them. Yeah, you want to clean sneakers? Name a bitch you come and them there son, they see baby. I wore those sneakers all throughout high school. Me call college, I never bought a single sneakers. I used the entire sneakers na name one. So the fact that I had like 4 or 5 pairs, I almost changed it every day. And because of the quality, even though I bought them in high school, they carried me all through the years, through college, 4 years of college without having to buy a single sneakers. It's me on the I dream, actually say, oh yes, But here's the thing, right? I was trying to find that code because I think somewhere the guy now or make his cycles now catch say we've been convinced or they've created like imaginary enemies and you've been convinced otherwise. We've been convinced that it's the other way around. But when you get close to rich people or people who have some money, they always buy the best things and they don't spend money as much as the poor people do. But we've been convinced, or I guess we don't have enough we don't have the patience to save enough to get the quality. The thing instead of call or Target, say, oh, my $1 store, or dollar, it's only $1.25. Next week or sign your party, I know I sign a $1 store, no I sign another $2.99. I suppose say or bet tone boys is gonna call Target. I got on the bear say be a tablecloth or bet on the bear $10. No, I call dollar store. I for $1.99. Next time I sign, we pay not to know what to watch me. Next time I sign a party, I know what's to be and so on. So I agree with this person, but the thinking, we've been convinced and we think the other way around. And remember, like I said, Isikafor, they don't spend money like that. The little they have, they hold on to it just because your kotoka or toka papa be lasting on 4, 5, 6, maybe even 10 years. But what because you say, brah, so I just we did without credit check. Without credit check, all you need is $1. To say the Omiyan program say all you need is $1 down payment. Just put down $1. You better the car now, it's only $2,000. Put 2 car now for 3 1 week and then I was not another.
Okay, cast me. I can't watch him. Ebra oba blochire bu for na sim bia to no na o say okoto ka o na so no landing no ko obo modi anya ka ibi o outside landing no ko so okoto ka no na okofa ka no asa na moto we so de basa kwan ma na ka ne je no ho o ti ma
okoto for no. Oh my God. Oh.
Can go Honoma and the chocolate and you can't say OG. Because
Oh. Oh.
say, yeah, the chewa, a car over bow. It's a huge responsibility. So, I just can, right? It's said the old canon. Matthias, I come Cassam. Now, imagine, say, and said, yeah, Onyane Kano. I'm just playing the devil's advocate here. Say, I didn't know here. Uhia being premier, right? And I was unya sika when you went to Mwabu Sikano at 1 or the beton so and so bende.
Papa Smiley, and then all kind come up here, me no di yeah, me catch us say so the system, I can't a bit more share in a way you have a choice, but you as if said you don't have a choice. So it's like unhia a common deal, and I say unhia sad transportation in the money here to get to work. How long would it take you to save $10,000 to get a better car versus maybe or just $2,000 right now? Kwa binya your friend whooped to the at the wakwa by in the new year. So it's like it has to do with the system, or it has to do with maybe not a system per se, but it has to do with something like you can't wash a baby. Like and make a better choice, And at the end of the day, you have to give in. So they make patch, And that's where the problem is, So you, in a way, let me put it this way: it's like you're free, but you're not really free. You can't really make the choice you really want to just because say, here at the end of the year, train a week, a month, or 3 months down the road. Now you might miss out. So you know what? I'm in for a year and I'm in dollar store instead of met me boys, But I think about it, right? It's all part of planning too. You look ahead, you look into the future. If you think you're gonna need this, right? First now I'm driving my old Honda, like I drove it for like almost 10 years. And all along, I knew say I'll be needing a car soon. And so I planned like and I bought a brand new Honda 2025. And the thought of that is that me banning Bible school, I'll turn over that car to her. And I saw drew the age now I saw driving, I'll turn over that car to her. So I planned it. I started planning this like when I had my old Honda. So yes, you can't watch the baby there. So I guess with the me, I'm answering my own self. You can't watch the baby there, but if you do the planning well now, sometimes you can get out of it. You don't have to be in that situation.
Okay, I see. Choices Libya don't know me boy.
Choice. There's always a choice. There is always a choice.
Now, ansana ever call one of the quote. I love it in the Sunday bread one. Only any question no busa say. Na politician aboka de akwa kudura ban mu no so choice as to how I will beat me at the car na.
Well, yes, our choice. I last time we beside questions this that's the kind of relationship politics Monica and that Ben starting. I don't think say I really got a definite. Maybe almost kind but man, I think so beside
Of a chum na
so yeah, but I don't maybe I know for chum the man here, but I know he couldn't give the answer even though I tried to push him on it. So yes, our choice these days in the politics not about the business. Our choice to say but this is where I feel say I think it would be something that like some kind of rule you live by or something comes in place, right? What are you going into the politics for? Like, what is the end goal for you? Are you going in there to enrich yourself, or are you going in there to better the life of your neighbors, to better the life of your fellow citizens? What are you going into it for? So your values in life, that's what I was looking for. Your values. Last time you did what are your values? So beside me and I catch us in media, I try to treat people like I want to be treated. So even if I go into politics and I spend money, right, and I get into it, me personally, spending that money, I know that in the end I want to better other people's lives. So I won't come in to try to gain what I've spent. And if it becomes a situation where I'm spending too much and I don't see how I can get that money back now, perhaps politics is not for me. I'm not ready to lose all this money. I'm not ready to just throw all this money out and not have a means to get it back without, taking advantage of somebody else that I'll say politics is not for me. I'll stand out. Minkomu. So you have to have the value. You have the choice to get your money back, but it also comes down to what are your values in life? Like, what do you really want? And I can't say moving on our platform is not betting me. I yes, our politics because at the end of the day, for lack of better words, they have the cold heart or whatever. So I hope so. What's my say?
Him say matwase pa matwase. Matwase. Him say the aka kura doso because nanka mesan so baako ebi am pese me depend one san mako patrons. On say ohwe said ye wusi kan ye ohun obi a why na dwen say obi use power as a tool and not a trophy, no. A tool to make things better, no, and not just a trophy just to pedal around and then feed his or her ego, no. Say, young fan say, they be I can say a choir almost fast with the drew, whatever position ya omunya no, and a kwana apparatus into no one could drew hono no my corrupt dada, right? Inti yemfa say yes say utu kwan free Kumasi tunkran na ukudru nkran ho no a resources bi wo ho, right? Resources bi wo ho no a ukudru ho no a dawabam. Now this is the thing. Akwana wonam so okana akwana odo okana faso afiri Kumasi akudru nkran na kwan aye rough papa kwana rough ye enti okada no matter how strong it may be, no, I'm now about to tomb potholes akese say friend manholes akese about to tomb before you get to nkran no adwonku nyina na adwonku nyina asai na okudru honom no eja we be say choice aye ka ho asem ye or several choices either say sikana okoto honom no obe use the affix o car na adwonku no ana say obe use the ahwewa pomden because if you cry unya hip lash na okoto dwe nyina achechia ana akodu enti no we debe we use say sikana de ahwe wa pomden enso sense wo yo bi a eja mekan so ya forward thinker dia now dwene entinimba ho a ene ye wo make sure say saa kwan na wo fa so na asay no so saa sika na okoto ye no obaba modern say obe use saa sika bi na o dia fix saa kwan no say de be ya entinimba e ba no omo nkofa saa kwan no so no omo koduru ho no mo a omo so akonya the dilemma of using saa sika na ho no no to fix the car or to fix omo so apomde. What did the American say, Sam?
Yeah.
Right. In many instances, no, and ka ne papa mu said ya worker no. Say when you spend to get into power. Na sasika na wo spend there, no, you have the idea say ko na wakwa akote wo sa aka ne there, then politics is not for you. Yes, how that kind of boy.
Yeah, sana mekano.
However,
and go ahead.
However, say na whatever the case may be, could drew honum na resources na. I mean the resources that we are talking about here is when you get in there now, you have access to the resources of the state, right? You can use the name of the state to go get loans and what have you. Sasi kana unsabe kana you seek to create a very enabling environment, a beautiful atmosphere. So the beya enchinima no they will also want to come and serve the nation. They wouldn't have to go through those toils, troubles, and have those dilemma when they get there to sort things out.
Yeah.
And yeah, it is a good place for you. What is that called, Kasem?
Exactly. I think I see. And Okasa Yampokrane, something else click in my mind. Like, even if, it's kind of what say a politics, right? If you go in, if you think about it, really, you can get your money back if you're good. Perhaps not. That's the problem, right? Like when they get into politics now, one person getting it back right away, immediately, and that's the problem. But Sankao Tobo, and I'll stay in politics for a long period of time now. Over the course of years and at the terms you serve, you will get your money back. Oh yeah, like as a good leader, man, crawl for now. I'm sure see, over the time, you won't even have to spend as much for them to put you back into power, right? So you will gain because you're not maybe a first time I'm not spending 5,000 and I'll buy a good politician. Second time around, you won't have to spend that 5,000 because you've already proven to the people and they can see you're a good leader to them. You're taking care of them. You'll probably have to spend half of that 5,000 for them to put you back into the office. So over the period of time, you will get that money back. Like, Croman can be an big, I think, the Ghana politicians, someone throw books anyway. Like, you can be a good politician, it's all throw books. You can get your money back through that avenue, right? And I see even Krakoman, I'm gonna say like this president, Obama and them, when they go out after their presidency and they give speeches, they make a lot of money. They're making more money after their presidency than even when they were presidents, right? So if you think about it, you just have to be patient and be a good leader and take care of the people, and the rest of it will sort itself out. But I don't know. They call you aside now, they don't see it through or buy an opportunity. And plus 10 times. And that's where, the problem, like they don't think about the long term. They just think they have this model that they think I have to get it back today. And that's the problem.
Interesting stuff, isn't it? Interesting,
very.
interesting. And we have choices, right? Now, question about Kubia. Now, come and press it. Me de pim so no say Patreon be no on the back high sa assembly yi, right? Assembly a so man penny that akufo e kan ye, right? Assembly o mama me de betwe no pa okay can
since they had choices, and I kept thinking about it. Like yesterday I said, I forgot what it was that it just said kind of because perhaps it could also be fear, right? And I agree with everything I just said, kind of the way he explained it, it makes sense. So perhaps they're doing what they're doing not because of fear as well. But I still think about it and I said to myself, like a lot of times, even in our individual life, we think idea we do it out of fear, whether we may not even realize it, but I think somehow we do things out of fear, right? If you think about it, even crowd, Papa Smiley, if I ask you right now, how are you raising your kids? You'll probably say you're raising them out of love, but at some point they did something that you saw your, like when Kuala Bremo, they did something that you might have seen it and you're like, yo, Charlie, my first of bed, the enemy, yeah, Kuala. And that instance, it's out of fear. Or driving po crash, sometimes you're driving out of fear because it investment ticket in tea. You know what? Let me stick with the speed limit, right? So as human beings, we do things out of fear. And that was the point I was trying to make in the sense that, these Oyibo people, perhaps they want to keep us grounded because slightly, maybe I agree with what Patron said yesterday, but slightly, I think part of the decision and how they put these systems in place is also a little bit out of fear to keep us out of the way or to keep us from reaching that far. But I just wanted to touch on that a little bit. Just think about it, in your daily life, how many decisions or how many choices do you make? Not necessarily because you want to buy, a little bit out of fear, right? even credit any be I'll be dimple cry. Oh, one credit anyway. Now then be of a crime or could the baguette or whatever. No? Now he stopped eating it a little bit because of out of fear, because of what might happen. So just something, food for thought for people to just think about it.
Nice one. Now, media Huakono. One of the I think the first quote of my father friend say Noam Chomsky. Yes, Noam Chomsky.
Yeah, Noam Chomsky.
Or say there are no poor countries, only failed systems of resource management.
Resources. Exactly.
Resource management. Do you know who na buy be kan ho asem? Ni yanko patron so. Why? And na your reflective Thursday. Enti patron so. Patron, so what me kan ba ma so.
Abekasio eno.
Na
mo kwa ba so.
Yeja. Na impom to say.
Apori de mu ye pa kan haka.
Beautiful stuff. Beautiful. And then yaba reflective Thursday. What is it? Uniokuma Samsafon so boy and come up with right? But before everything, said Donald where dear.
Me sorry, me take news the just say what you
okay.
Bibian
na enye bia so far no on say etoda you can say strategy how you adwin say o field no so a obebo no utimi ko drew field no so na hwe opponent no so strategy how dey ba na so osesa style no enye bia so far no osesa ne man kakra to say dey o si share game na say ana
see there I was say born is Real Madrid. It's a wonder for more account. Over president, more promo defense. Real Madrid.
Fitro, always taking Crawford. May train. Say, you know Madrid. Your friend say, Bema Benewa, one Madrid.
Yeah, Alex.
But I'm say of a body, Barcelona.
Basa.
Bema Benewa, but I can't say no in the past, no. Another game, no interesting game. Wow, it was a very, very interesting game, right?
Oh, yeah. I was a Todabia. Tobia will be with me a dear group. I say, kind of saying. Chances when critic chances in our but not on your lock games here in our lock account because they are measure highlights the first attempt to be says Vinicius and I said Mbappe no far over the bar. In fact, that was a chance. If they cannot beat me as a senior. There's no bend. I quite temporary as I said and I can't but Mutia or Dia. You know. They are not as a one a coin.
Now, Oka Loki, you say, oh boy, and not a fair you may boy.
Oh, yeah.
Then call or boy and or born or bock from Kakra, can ever be one.
Oh, in fact, upon the said the Bobia, but Sana Maga me. Science is doing more quotina. So, and from my big far around that time, and I would be out this shame, constant practice and certain things. May I'm saying, about what which is my Calesian. Yes, it's almost training we are, almost training crown, not the born out or the born out center. Boom. No sir, be about 45 to 1 hour. No, you munama training. No, into no. Some of us were not surprised. It will be a muhiano power to me. A ball fee center man ma or digit. You know, no way again. Constant practice. Your mind is perfect.
Am I perfect? Am I will improve upon your excellence? Now, Petro. Wako some kese ediaba. Enti said ye o kanino. Oh de said ye asamojan nkiye ko semi final na wo bo no penalty no fa ba no. Oh. Dynamics na ɛwɔ so no nso betimi ama no ball no aba akɔ wiem sa sɛ de wɔka mframa no ohu sɛ sɛ na amanfo kora yedede kora ne kora timi ka ho timi pagya ball no kora de no fa wiem ne nyinaa ka ho be meboa nti yenya asam wagya nkakra
te sɛ ball no ho wuyi ahoɔden efiri mu na wuyi training free mu a ade baako so edi mu akotem paa yɛ psychological so when you are not psychologically in tune yɛto asɛm agya no ebi na to saka so wobɛhwɛ a ade yɛto asɛm agya no the same thing na to psychological so to da bi abɛsɛ keeper no this a so bisa the non-goalkeepers ọmụ wọkwa ya ọmụ fa so ẹdi torment player no a ọbẹbọ no sẹ wọn yẹ strong paa na ọhwẹ the dynamics of the match no a ni winning ni bibi egyina wọ so the possibility sẹ ọbẹ sẹ no outweighs the winning one so you may win some and you may lose more of them yẹn no ayẹ psychological sẹ football team a mo de kọ no yẹn no bi wọ psychologist kura wọ. I cycle mo up bikwa na mo da form oh ye nipa ye cycle mo up e kwa ye be fa so ne mo be kasa bikwa ho no mo a mo akọ dressing room no coach ni ko e ma ho o say leave them to the psychologist sack them out because bi ho no mo a they say abrante ya okoye pensing Vinicius e be ji boy finish them say one cycle no up pa ho ne ye be fa so ni balance psychological temperament ho ne be ho no be fa lusu o ni amechelo it no over training over skills if you are psychology so edi mu akotem asamwaje they say Ghana for a year beko semi-finals for the first time around that moment that split of a second no we are psychological balanced enu na we nye bia they never got to say their point no because I appear akwa ball ya obebo o se chinchina for mame o na den wo paje onimi se wo behye wo hye wi a sa ye dini na baba beto do so asamu agyan to da bia utu anamom bia na se wo hwe wo nko personal interest ya na emwa papa o se ya kebe ma na mu one say the town gunu kwa da bia Jesus the papa na ni hu fifre
it's all good what I say
na say penalty beat me ba na place in Egan hu bi ben
I know
hu bi ben because to me no many responsibilities a what penalty na chi no I don't know mu yin adwane penalty obi adwane because penalty no comes with responsibility very bigger one etina mu a ye share that training amanfo bi say mo na mo mbebo penalty
that's right
so na me tell yeah you know ezi ye wananse oyi kwan ne wananse zo so
Petro yo any reflective Thursday already Yasha said reflect on several things and the also the back on Petro odi eni eti
I'm say medical address mini kuma Sam and the auditor to Sam ne okay na no kwe ase bi omo ma bibifo no ne omo ba ye pa ebi ade omo de ye omo no omo so ba ye bi ati omo ka de that has been their fears the enemies say omo fears na wo basis ana omo fears any basis their data be anywhere say bibini be sorry when our things being equal bibini be sorry tia broni under no circumstances ebi wo ho a ke hu no South Africa bibi any was no man can guilty conscience. Oh, and we're criminal and then let's keep the status quo. I don't think they have any black books, black history books. Because someone said the new generation in what happened yesterday. They don't want them to learn it because very serious. A time. Oh, a time to say me bana me nana be ever jatuno. This is also we are seeing more inclusive due to social media. Obi to America, the uncle or Ghana, be on who and on initial 101 pen, but through social media, Omoja go by. Maybe we say, one anonymous disagreement, and you know, Ghana will be feeling remorse. But will be feeling remorse, you know, will be so being affected physically with what happened yesterday. But it doesn't jive. We don't have any data tracer. So, Madam, so as be an internet to make us out.
Obia me and Indian, a own quan or platform now, 18. I won't go on you, Intina.
Okay, let me submit to me,
sir, at some point,
something for you to. Just something for you to check.
Okay, all right, then I'll have a look into things here and see what seems to be the problem. Why? And the petrol that was near here.
Yo, and make a comment, you know. Now, on Mr. Safo aiding for more as a choices, sir, politician, or no. What Chemo about do a show our choice of better and as on to the can. Beginning when your choice is about a politician, no be a politician, and then what they pay. And say, be here, Sika, no, they are any campaign in the into your no bad. He says, I do original platform so that's about by means you am a man. Or do you surely see can airport the cowboy? Oh, you are being unfair to the society that you are representing. Society, no.
As a petrol, oh, what can some Cassio to what's it? We'll see he's being unfair to the society. Hey, now
society now all representing.
Now, society
because one can say, a cheer bribe into me, Baba Betameka. Yeah, kind of say, money pipe.
Okay.
To me, Baba Mamma pipe. Now, also, who cheer bribe will be anti, who buys a canard buy a pipe on what they talk. Now, Ghana a business. And enough that then I was going to China. Now, got 20 Mamma been to Sona or on Toka. Ghana is not a commodity. If Ghana is a commodity, fine, but Ghana is not. Anything a businessman may not necessarily be good leaders. Even a TSU America, hey. As a personal business, you can decide you can hire and fire. But to manage a corporate body, country, no near there. Yeah, well, if you more underrated, there will be more kind of say disabled. There will be more. They cannot measure themselves up to certain levels. All has to be catered for. So, it's Obiam for Ghana and show be answers on Betekano. The way now African democracy is promoted these days. I don't think America side. Omodi democracy in the brain. Yanda Antanasi.